Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to part 6 of reviewing Boostek Productions, where we talked about episode 4 in the last part, and now we're going to talk about episode 5, which is Voodoo. Dan is in the living room watching TV when he came across a commercial about this bearded guy promoting his new shop he recently opened called Dr. Fracture's Voodoo House. Then somehow Dan got immediately invested, so he went over to the shop himself. When he arrived at the voodoo shop to find that everything is surprisingly empty, but he notices this weird door, so his nosy ass decides to open the door to be stopped by Dr. Fracture we saw on TV earlier. In alarm, Dan stood silent as Dr. Fracture asked him for his name. The two begin chatting as they introduce themselves. Dr. Fracture's name is Max. What the fuck is this? I don't remember putting this here. This line right here was really fucking unnecessary, and my dumbass 14-year-old thought it would be funny, but it's not. No offense to people who has beards, I'm sure you guys are wonderful people. Max decides to shave his beard, and when I say shave his beard, I mean he literally removed all his beard. Now he's clean as a mole rat. I don't know why I compared Max to a mole rat. Dan liked his new look because he looked 20 years younger. He then makes an offensive comment about 50-year-olds which offended Max because he's actually 51. So then he transforms into this weird demonic abomination. This scares Dan, so he admitted that 40 is at least a good age, which is enough to convince Max to calm down. As Max thanked Dan, Dan decides to leave early because what he saw really freaked him out, but before he could even start heading out, they heard a laugh in the shop. Somehow Dan remembers a time when he was a baby that interdimensional man is seen in the sky as he stares at him. Turns out that the interdimensional man is actually Max's son. There was once a time when he had a wife, 3 kids, and a kingdom. He had it all. The firstborn is the interdimensional man, but sadly passed before his 2 younger siblings were born. Throughout his childhood, he was really excited about becoming his father's successor to the kingdom, until he got impatient and tried to conquer the throne by force, even though he was only 14 at the time. As they fought, Max killed his first son, and he immediately felt remorse for his son who he just killed. A year later, Max had 2 newborn twins named Morrow and Marshall. We then get to learn that the interdimensional man's name is Kyle. The two battled again like they did 3 years prior, but Kyle was stronger and he won the battle, then banished his family from the kingdom. After Kyle banished his family from the kingdom, Max lost his twins, then his wife decided to cut ties with him. Since then, they never seen each other. Kyle then reveals himself, to which Max asked what he wanted. Kyle wanted his father to bring him back to life because he isn't exactly alive or dead either. Turns out Max knows a spell that will revive a deceased body called Raised from the Dead. Max explained that this was the first spell that his father taught him. Okay, breather. Who the fuck would teach their child to reanimate corpses as the first spell? Wouldn't it make a lot of sense if he was taught how to bloom a flower? Max asked Kyle if he was supposed to be at the kingdom. Kyle's excuse is since he's dead he can't be the king and he has to be alive in order to be called one. Also, his dad is the only one who can cast a voodoo spell like that. Hold up. I thought it was supposed to be a slice of life genre. Well, nope. This is going to be a supernatural genre. Anyway, even if Kyle knew how to do that, he wouldn't be able to do it anyway since a dead person can revive another if they're already dead in the first place, which kinda makes sense I guess. Max objects to Kyle's request as he feared that would just put many lives in danger, but then he still has the audacity to tell Kyle he still loves him. This low-key touches Kyle, so then he flew off, leaving a hole in the ceiling. After the whole ordeal, Max asked Dan if he could leave his shop as he desperately begs his family to come back to him. Anyway, that was the end of the episode. Honestly, I'm getting tired of all the statistical talk, so I'm gonna be butchering that from now on, because who likes statistics? I mean, I do, but not everyone likes them. So I'll spare you the stat talk. The Wingding's message translates to who is Dan's brother, and the R of questions asks us, have you ever had any scary experience with the Ouija board? Honestly, I never tried a real Ouija board, but I did have an obsession with demons and ghosts. One time I went out late at night to explore a rumored haunted place with my friends, but we found nothing. The next day, apparently one of my folks randomly got 3 scratch marks when they woke up, so I have no idea if that was linked to the night prior. So that does it for part 6 of reviewing Boostek Productions, and honestly this episode is one of the worst episodes out there. Because Dan was almost not included in this episode at all, and Kyle's excuse just makes the story feel pointless. Back then I didn't know what I was doing and what I wanted for this series. I was pretty much just having fun with it and totally winging it. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and also consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you around.